So in this video, I just want to show you one of my key takeaways from Ableton Live 10, which I think is very cool. Please bear in mind this is the beta version, so there may well be changes between what you see now and the full release. So one of the things that I'm really loving at the moment is the amount of character and movement and life that's been added to Live 10 with the new devices. So let's get started by having a listen to our example track. So we'll start by checking out the new drum bus plugin. So I've grouped all of my drums together. You might notice here I've actually got groups within groups. You can have as many of these as you like in Live 10. Lots of amazing workflow enhancements in here. We're going to go for Punchy Driven as our preset from the new drum bus device. And let's have a listen to this immediately. So you can hear what a monster it is straight off the bat, but it's cranking the volume up a ton. So we're going to have a little bit of a play around and tweak this. We've got different types of distortion. So medium sounds nice. You can hear the effect that's having on the kick drum. At the moment, the transient designer is just blunting out our transients. So let's return those. I want to add a little bit more crunch and distortion to the top end. And we'll return the fizz that's currently being damped out. So this is just reducing those upper frequencies. I want the full range. Very happy with that extra air and fizz in my drums. So let's make sure we're level matching this. We're getting a decent comparison. So we probably need about -5 on here. That gets in the right ballpark. And let's do a little before and after. Now, yes, I am being a little bit heavy-handed with this. I could use the dry wet for a bit of parallel processing, but in the fun of this video, we'll keep that full on so you can hear exactly what it's doing. Now, the bass has fallen behind, so it's the perfect example to grab Pedal, which is our new distortion plugin. And I'm going to go for Drum Patina as our starting point on this one. So let's solo this and have a listen. So you can hear there's added weight immediately because we've got this sub button turned on. Now the bass pattern, that we're listening to is made from tom drums, hence me picking this starting point. Let's actually start driving this now and hear the coloration and the character this brings. So we'll back off. You can hear this sounds really, really nice. This is easily my favorite distortion plugin inside of Live now. I think it trumps the others for character by an absolute mile. Now I want more bass in here, and let's get rid of this treble. Don't need any extra fizz. So there's clearly a disparity in a level here. So let's go ahead and really knock this output down so that we've got a similar volume and we can check this out. Lovely stuff. Okay, let's hear it in context. So we'll start without and then we'll add it in. Love the sound of that plug-in. So next up, I've got a lead here. Let's crank this up actually so you can hear it a bit more clearly. And let's go off to a return where we've got the good old faithful filter delay. What I'm going to do here though is grab the new Echo Advanced Delay unit, and this thing sounds amazing. Such a nice addition. We've already got some really nice simple delays inside of Live, but this one takes it up really that step further. So here it is. Just going to crank it up a little bit, and I need that 100% wet. You can hear the nice movement we're getting straight away. So for my track, I'm just going to tidy this up a little bit. We'll link the delays, and I really like the sound of dotted on my delays. And actually, let me just drive the input for you so you can check this beast out. Now, I don't actually want that in my track. I just wanted to show it off because I think it sounds awesome. We've got a reverb here that we can insert at different points in the signal as well. But what I'm going to explore here is going to be the character page, because it allows me to add things like noise, hum, tape hiss as well into the delay. So amount, self-explanatory, and the morph is the different types of hum or hiss that we can add in. So you can hear we're getting some really nice sort of character added in there. It is adding quite a bit on the low end, so I'm just going to quickly grab an EQ and we'll chuck that in. In fact, I've already got one, look. Thinks ahead of time, this one. Love it. So let's bring the amount right down on this. Just a little bit of flavour now. Imagine if you're a techno producer, you're licking your lips listening to the sort of noises that this thing makes as well. Brilliant for dub techno. So let's do a little bit of a comparison. Let's get some key mapping on. Going to map the letter M on here. And in fact, whilst I'm at it, I'm going to do this on all of our plugins so we can have a really good before and after kind of vibe as to what they're bringing to the table. But for now, let's just focus on the sound of the filter delay versus the echo delay. So you just get that feeling right that everything goes a little bit flat when you move across to the older plugins. I still love filter delay, it's got great uses, but you can hear again what I was talking about, the sort of life and movement. I absolutely love it. So now let's do a before and after. This is with all of the plugins we've added so far, and then keep your eye down here and you'll see when I'm switching to take these off. Now, yes, there is a bit of a volume boost. This delay is a touch louder and we're getting a little bit more coming on the master out. But you can hear the life and the character that's getting added in here. Absolutely fantastic. So, I just want to show one final thing, and that is the new Wavetable Synth. So this is an absolute beast as well. We've got 2 oscillators, tons of wavetables to choose between, a really nice modulation matrix, different types of unison in here, as well as all of the analog filters we've now come to expect with the new algorithms. I'm not going to go into depth on this synth. I just again want to focus on this idea of life and movement. So as a comparison, I've set up analog and I've added lots of life and movement. I've detuned oscillators, added some unison, vibrato and LFO. But again, just have a listen to the character and the difference between these two different synths. Now let me just crank this up a little bit. And this is just a standard arpeggiated pattern, so it's easy to hear. Just got a much more almost 3D kind of vibe and extra movement in this patch, and there was not a big volume disparity there as well if you thought it was just jumping out at you so much more. So that is a quick overview of the devices, and one of the things that I love, really big on vibe, character, movement, punch, those sort of things in my tracks. So all of these were really welcome additions. So there's a lot of workflow enhancements. I'll knock up a few more videos on those as well later. But I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it gave you a taste of what's to come. Take care.